Alright, coming down the straightaway, me personally, I like to stay on the back of the seat. I like to get a little bit of spring in my legs, keep the tension on my thighs. I've got a little bit of bounce on the bodies, my legs are absorbing the irregularities of the track, cooperating with the motorcycle. I'm tucked in, my elbows are tucked in. I'm keeping more of a bullet profile. It's just that I'm trying to conform to the bike. Keeping my chin, and it's hard, a little bit hard with the helmet, because the helmet, you know, the helmet will hit the tank. And pretty much I just rest my head on the tank and I keep my eyes focused way out there on the track, you know, way ahead of the motorcycle. I'm actually looking to see where that next turn is. You know, keeping my vision way far ahead. It slows the track down. I can look down and think, wow, I'm doing 150. It doesn't feel like it. My vision's so far forward. So anyway, I'm tucked in. I get my braking point, so I put my fingers on the brakes and I pop up. Boom. Just like that. Still keep it loose. Leg comes out. I've got a triangle of daylight. Through my leg. Very important. Not necessarily is my heel totally turned in. I definitely want my heel, you know, on the inside. I don't want it, you know, back here like this. In order to get your knee out, you gotta rotate pivot on this peg. I'll show here you guys are on the right. My boots, this is my turning. That's my pivot right there. Bam. See my knee? Wants to go out. My slider goes down. Alright, so popped up, knees out, I'm focused on turn-in point. Okay, and I'm dropping in, dropping in, dropping in, dropping in, dropping in, dropping in. Get to the apex and I'm releasing the brakes, back on the gas, come back in. I'm going to a straight, of course I'm pulling back in and tuck in. If I'm going through an S, it's just going to be a brake, right over. My arm. You know, you want to keep your arm kind of on the top of the tank. Sometimes you can, if you're going through like a real long sweeper, you can actually get back a little more, actually lock your arm into the tank. Ideally, you know, you want to be scooted up a little bit. You don't want to be all the way back to the tank. See how I'm facing the way I'm going? I'm not facing. A lot of people will ride like this. They'll actually turn their torso toward the opposite direction they're going, and that's why you see the guy that, see that? I'm doing like this. I'm opened up to where I'm going. And I'm, look at that, bike state. I'm not going anywhere. I'm totally, what happened when I did this? Look at that. And I'm out here like this, the bike's really wanting to come on. Are you holding it? Okay. So maybe I got false perceptions here. Yeah, it's easy when you got a guy hanging on the back of the motorcycle. Anyway, you should basically be able to jump around the bike like this without upsetting it. I'm using my outside knee. Hold me on, of course. Probably have about 10 minutes left before we gotta go. But really, I'm not upsetting the bike. I'm just moving around the motorcycle. Anyway, pop up, dip in, dip in, dip in. See my elbows not going stiff. I'm not going out. I'm literally dropping this shoulder by dropping this elbow down. turned a little bit towards the direction of your elbow should correlate to the direction of your head.
One thing that I would like to point out is when you, well, one thing that people want to do, they want to get off the bike and look cool on the pictures, and I don't argue with that, it really looks nice. But one thing that you got to keep in mind is that when you get off the bike and try to move around on the bike, do not use the bars. These bars, the handlebars are not there to support your weight. Like, see, when you go off, when I get off the bike, I can let go of these bars, and I still, my body doesn't move because my weight supports my ankle, my foot. And when I want to get back on the bike, I use my foot. I don't use the hands to try to yank on the bars to get up. Because what happens is people try to get down, they're like, I made it out of the corner, try to yank on the bars, bring themselves up, and they get a bad head shake. So don't put your weight on the bars at all.
When Mario first started coming here, he couldn't even lean off the bike. Alright, so left-hand turn. Gets his knee out, he opens up, gets his shoulder down or his elbow out, starts leaning off the bike. Alright, now transition to the other side. Lifts up, keeps his hips parallel, and he just kind of moves over, opens his leg up.
That's good. Yeah, everything thanks to RideSmart. You did the work, bro. We just showed you the way. A little bit different size person. Stockier guy, taller. I feel I'm in control. But when I turn out, I mean, maybe it's just my peg. How far down am I supposed to be looking? Because I feel my leg's okay, but if I'm right here, am I in the wrong spot?
No, you should be basically kissing your mirror. And the thing about the carousel is, it's such a long turn that you can actually be out here hanging off the bike, but you still got to be able to look, because the very end of the carousel, you kind of have to swing out to the very edge of the track before you set up for these section of turns coming on pit straight here, right?
Am I supposed to be putting some pressure?
Yeah, you can hold.
Because my leg is hurting coming out of the
absolutely.
carousel.
So you weight the inside peg to get the bike turned in, and then you hold yourself on with the inside.
So I shouldn't be feeling as much pressure. I should really be.
The carousel is one of those type of turns. Is once you've set it, you're basically just holding yourself on the bike, right? So you really once you've weighted your inside peg in the carousel and got the bike to turn in, then it's all just kind of holding it there. Because it's such a long turn. All you're doing in that turn, you're not regulating the throttle through that turn. Once you get set up and you're in that turn, it's maintenance throttle. You might open it a little, or you might roll off a tad bit, but it's not like you're rolling in there and just opening it up and having to come on and off the throttle. It's a turn where you get the bike set, you're leaned off, you get set in your position, you maintenance throttle, get your head up, look up the track, and drift out to the very edge. So it's just, once you set it, you really shouldn't be putting any more pressure on the inside. It's all about just holding the bike where it's at.
Hold on. That way,
some people,
as opposed to using the ball of my foot to hold all the weight.
Right. Yeah, you can let some of your inside thigh and outside leg maybe a little bit of that weight for you. Also, some people I've seen, they're leaned over so much, they're also using the inside of their arm on the tank as well, too, sometimes. But that's where they're at full lean angle way off the bike, too. So, but yeah, you really shouldn't, once the bike's turned in, you can kind of relax. You're still in that position, but you don't have to keep pressing.
Okay. But by the end of the day, you want your legs to hurt, not you. You don't